Society is just softening. The more sensitive and the more softer people become, the harder it is for them to actually accept the truth. And the truth is that you are getting so soft and so sensitive that as soon as anything or anyone comes into your face, you can't handle it. You crack, you get all defensive, and you think that everything's bad for you. You think that everything's just so hard for you. The way that you actually tackle anything that comes your way is the weakest approach ever. You just get defensive. And the more defensive that you are, the more truth there is in what is right in front of your face. And the reality is that we're just made to just follow. You're made to be a sheep. You're made to just do whatever the crowd does. The problem with that is that what happens is that you then just become exactly the same as the person next to you. You become exactly like the rest of the crowd. And now, if you are going to do that, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to get very, very unhappy. You're never going to feel fulfilled. You're never going to feel good in yourself, mostly because you're just following the crowd. You're not actually living. You're not even actually conscious. Most people walk around half asleep. Most people walk around unconscious, but just robotic. You're just following whatever the crowd does. You're just following the person next to you. You're just following whatever society deems to be normal or whatever society calls to be common. And if you are the common one in the group, then guess what? You're nothing different. You're not actually offering anything to this world because you're just like everyone else. And everyone else is falling into this trap of being more overweight, being more underpaid, being that person that is constantly offended, being that person that is constantly sensitive. And you're being that person who doesn't do anything to change this world, who doesn't do anything to change life. And the more that you're like everybody else, then guess what? You're not offering much. Your value starts to diminish and you don't feel good in yourself. When you start to see your own value, when you start to go, I have so much worth and I can add more value into this world, then guess what? You no longer become a sheep. You no longer think that you are just like everybody else. You start to offer something very different. Your conscious awareness is so much more on point. You understand that there is more to life than just what is. You understand that there's more to life than what is in front of you. And so you don't follow the rules. You don't follow what everyone else tells you what to do. You start to live your life. You start to take control of yourself and control of your destiny. You actually start to control the direction that you're going. The only way that you're going to do that is if you start to take control and start taking actions, start making decisions, start doing the things that are actually difficult. Start taking criticism and using it as fuel. Don't use it as pain. Anytime anyone says anything that hits you, that maybe resonates with you, use that as a message and a way to propel you forward. Don't use it as a defense. Don't use it as something that is hurting your feelings. And don't be like the crowd, because the softer and the more sensitive you are, the weaker you are. And guess what? You're susceptible to so much more pain in your life. But if you become more conscious, if you become more aware, if you actually level yourself up, then the world won't be so hard for you because you will actually be able to tackle it. You'll be able to tackle anything that comes your way. Most people are unconscious. Most people are not awake. They're not aware and they don't actually know what's going on. So if you want to be that change, you have to start to level yourself up. You're going to have to start leveling yourself up in multiple areas of your life. Your decision making needs to be better. Your integrity needs to be better. The way that you live your life in your health needs to be better. You need to tackle how you eat. You need to tackle how you work out. You need to tackle your mentality. You need to tackle all these areas. Your personal development matters. And if you do nothing to develop your personal side, then guess what? All of the financial, all of the health, all of every single other area of your life will go downhill. You will suffer in other ways. Personal development matters because how you are on the inside will show up on how everything is on the outside. Your internal state tells you everything about your external environment and vice versa. If your external environment sucks, then guess what? The internal state's not going to really match. So you have to understand that as you develop your personal development, as you kind of continue to move forward, as you don't follow the crowd, the stronger you become, the more resilient you become. But you have to understand that you have to wake up. Like, wake up to life. Wake up to your reality. Put your feet to the floor and actually do something with your days. Do something with your time. Don't sit still. Don't snooze. Don't lay in bed thinking that you wish your life was better. Get up and do shit. Because the more that you do, then guess what? The more value you have. And the more value you have, the more worthy you're going to feel. And the more worthy you feel, the more value you're going to show out to everyone. So step up and show up and be different. Be uncommon. Don't do just what's comfortable. Don't do what everyone tells you to do. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel fulfilled, and actually showcase your purpose, because you have one. And your purpose is something that is valuable in this world. So when you wake up, when you put your feet to the floor, showcase your purpose and go and add value to this world.